We all know that AOC and this crowd are a bunch of communists. They hate Israel. They hate our own country. They're calling the guards along our border, the Border Patrol agents, concentration camp guards. They accuse people who support Israel of doing it for the Benjamins. They're anti-Semitic. They're anti-America. Don't get down. Aim higher. We don't need to know anything about them personally. Talk about their policy.
This is Lindsey Graham securing his place in history as Trump's #1 enabler on this issue, in which Trump tweeted that non-white United States congresswomen born in the United States should go back to their countries. This is the hill that Lindsey Graham has chosen to die on. He makes some baseless claim that AOC and the other lawmakers to which Trump referred are communists, which, what? I mean, this is really just random synapses firing in Lindsey Graham's brain, where he just spouts whatever words he can come up with, regardless of their meaning. And that said, this is a common GOP tactic, to take something you don't like, in this case, congresswomen who aren't afraid to stand up to the president, to demand healthcare and education be priorities in this country, and to label it something completely absurd. And it seems that we've graduated from calling everything we don't like socialism to now calling it communism. And it's ironic because while Democrats have voted on dozens of measures to safeguard our democracy and strengthen voting safety and protect our democratic institutions and system of checks and balances, Republicans have blocked all of it. It's Republicans who govern the United States like it's a Christian theocracy. It's Republicans who are falling over themselves to maintain what's looking more and more like a kleptocracy. I know self-awareness isn't a major feature of the GOP, but any freshman psych student could call this projectionism out in a heartbeat. Graham goes on to criticize AOC and company for calling the Border Patrol agents concentration camp guards. Now, granted, there are people being kept in cages, not allowed to shower, sleeping on concrete floors, separated from their families and dying, but yeah, he's right. There's no way we could possibly call them concentration camps. That would be inappropriate. The craziest part is that back in 2015, Lindsey Graham had the courage to call Trump out for exactly what he is.
What is your reaction to hearing what Donald Trump says?
I'm disgusted. Well, I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. I think what you like about him, he appears to be strong when the rest of us are weak. He's a very successful businessman. He's going to make everything great. He's going to take all the problems of the world and put them in a box and make your life better. That's what he's selling. Here's what you're buying. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for.
Lindsey Graham was the one who, during Christopher Wray's confirmation hearing, had him state in no uncertain terms that any foreign interference in our election should be immediately reported to the FBI in a clear-cut swipe at Trump.
If I got a call from somebody saying the Russian government wants to help Lindsey Graham get reelected, they've got dirt on Lindsey Graham's opponent, should I take that meeting?
Well, Senator, I would think you'd want to consult with some good legal advisors before you did that.
So the answer is, should I call the FBI?
I think it would be wise to let the FBI know.
You're going to be the director of the FBI, pal. So here's what I want you to tell every politician. If you get a call from somebody suggesting that a foreign government wants to help you by disparaging your opponent, tell us all to call the FBI.
To the members of this committee, any threat or effort to interfere with our elections from any nation state or any non-state actor is the kind of thing the FBI would want to know.
All right, so I'll take it that we should call you, and that's a great answer.
And now he's on national television calling U.S. lawmakers communists and anti-American in defense of a president who opted to unilaterally renounce their citizenship on Twitter because they're not white. The speed of Graham's transformation from Trump skeptic to sycophant would be impressive if it wasn't so incredibly pathetic. Here's the issue with all of this, though. This really isn't about any of Graham's inane labels. Does he think they're communists or anti-American? Who knows? And frankly, who cares? It's not up to Lindsey Graham or Donald Trump to qualify anyone's Americanness. The issue here is that Republicans like Lindsey Graham need this distraction. They need Americans to be afraid of brown and black people like AOC and Rashida Tlaib because it's Republicans' only defense against their good ideas, against their good policies. Republicans don't have anything else to run on. Their positions on healthcare, on education, on climate, on pollution, on taxation, all pull underwater, so they have no choice but to distract Americans with tribalistic dog whistles and fear-mongering. If Republicans allowed the American people to focus on policy over these kinds of garbage controversies, then they'd lose 10 times out of 10. And so these shocking moments by Trump aren't an accident. They are a feature of the GOP, not a bug. So Lindsey Graham can continue to do Trump's bidding, to defend the indefensible, but all he's doing is hitching his wagon to the most racist president in modern US history. They don't actually represent anything this country stands for. And given Trump's latest attack on minority congresswomen and Graham's unhinged defense of it, it's becoming obvious that
They hate our own country.